Hey guys, I've recently been given the privilege and the honour of being hooked up by CODIX and the Amped Up crew to, I guess, be sponsored or be a sponsor in the tattoo community. So if any of you guys are out there looking for tattoos for a short period, I'll be tattooing for $80 per hour. If everyone's on the Instagram bandwagon, it's easy to remember me. I'm raised by video games. I've got all my contact, all my work detail on there. If you want a clean, professional tattoo done right, whatever you want, I'm excited for. Hit me up. Cheers.
CODIX, this is Amped Up Street Battles Golden Bar #2. This is the fucking main event, the one everyone's came down for. Shout outs to Beast Apparel and Raised by Video Games and Junior.
Hey, what's up, it's Junior from R.E.A.L Music. Tyson from our R.E.A.L Media team does all the camera and editing for Amped Up, so shouts out to him, and catch us playing at Beyond the Valley Festival end of this year. Cheer.
Dope, dope, dope. Alright, battler on my right, introduce yourself, homie.
Frankie J, West. Shout out to my boys who ain't rocking the set today. Big shout out to the Footpath. Thanks for keeping me off the streets.
And battler on my left.
Yo, what up, Statik, repping Northwest Taz. Big ups to LBL, my boys at Second Room Studio and Champion Records. Let's fucking go. Rest in peace to my old man.
Yeah, let's go.
60 seconds on you, bro. Let's get it, homie.
All right. So when CODIX hit me up with an opponent for Amped Up, I was thinking it's got to be huge. Surely he'll give me that anomaly, dude. Or, you know, maybe my battle with Chronic is due. Then he tells me he's giving me Frankie J. And frankly, mate, I can't help but feel that you're dogging me, dude. Because, I mean, I just battled Greeley and Dundee. So this matchup makes about as much sense to me as Deeb's getting accent lessons from Prodigy 2. See? Oh, shit. Prodigy 2. Shouts to Deeb's. Prodigy 2, Prodigy 2, Prodigy 2. Fuck it. See, he's been sweating since the flyer dropped. Because I am God, sent from a higher spot than any of my Lonnie Park foes. So, it's pretty safe to say for 28 days, Frank's been telling himself his world will end like Donnie Darko. Boy. So what? You thought you could just step back into the scene and they'd welcome you with open arms? Your record will say that you smoked buds and Chronic, but today your reputation is going down in flames like Joan of Arc. You're like a divorced grandmother, Frankie. Because you're not even close to par. And I know they say it's all... Yeah, bad bars is something you gotta deal with. And I know they say it's all love in hip-hop, but this match make you drop tears like a broken heart. Why haven't you been battling, Frankie? Is it because you've been too busy smoking shard? I mean, if your idea of drug quality is anything like your idea of quality writing, that I'm prone to ask, is the stuff you smoke completely made out of baking soda and broken glass? Now, Frankie likes to think he's an ideas man. Anyone who believes that is a dumb cunt or a dick rider, because bro, the only light bulb moment you've ever had involved methamphetamines and a big lighter.
Make some noise for the first one.
Alright, so about 8 months ago, I last battled the boss. Man, a match so elite, it should have been seen by the gods. Picture two MCs with the dreams to exceed to the top. Shit, we had this whole league in shock by the sequence of shots, these unbelievable schemes that we seemed to have swapped. Made all the people on the scene just so eager to watch. I mean, it may even be the reason why it's never been dropped. Probably not, but hey, half of these peeps didn't even know that I lost. And so what? Because if I did win, I'd say the same thing. Because that battle, despite being off my face, was, well, fucking amazing. But today, we're all about to witness history in the making. For you see, it's just me, Frankie, versus Mr. A. King. Hell, and even in reverse, you're versing A. King, because like the Prince of Thieves, mate, I must steal this in 3 and send you home in a hearse, bro, I'm returning a king. But hey, King, honestly, mate, I've been A. King to face you in the ring. See, the win for the battle, bro, it's mine for the taking. We're like knights of the round table, armies in the hundreds. But the only round thing at this king's table is and was circumference. Static, you're a bumpkin. And I don't mean to make these judgments, mate, but your face may need adjustment, so I'ma carve it like a pumpkin into something so disgusting you wouldn't even see that in your dreams. So instead I'll make you realise there's an animal on the scene, a beast disguised as me, and he's watching MCs yell and scream, ripping rappers open like this battle league was Halloween. Yeah. Jeez, I'm good. It's just the right people don't know it yet. So instead I'll release a slow-mo promo video where I'm blowing up on every set. Got that suicide bomber steez. Please, I flip the switch and cripple this bitch quicker than the kids that get hit by IEDs. Taking your arms and legs, bro, you could barely survive. Should've leave you missing limbs like you were Seamus off a Family Guy. You see, Statik likes to think he's thick and twisted, always trying to bring that darkness out. So every battle there's a round where he starts to spit it harsh and loud. He'll say it till his face goes red and looks as if he's passing out. Talks about some ass to mouth, how he parts her legs when she starts to crown. Mate, I don't know what your problem is, but I bet it's hard to pronounce. For now, I'm gonna end this round with a little wisdom for you at least. Light travels faster than sound. That's why some people seem bright until you hear them speak.
Alright, now I only came to Bendigo to say you're the type to bend and go, I'll let you in my rectum, bro, if you can please find me some meth to smoke. Catch Frankie strolling block to block with a cardboard sign reading cock for rock. Mate, you have so many scabs from itching that when you're bored, I bet you draw upon your skin and use them sores as a dot to dot. Now, judging by the speed that you rap, I'm just going to assume you shelve Eckies pre-battle to even add the verse as well. You know how I know Frank's a bitch? Because he's taken more pills in the last month than a chick who uses birth control. And speaking of chicks, sorry, your chick, kind of a slag. You can find a pack of dudes in a bum. They call that bitch the minibus, because she takes 5 in the back and 2 in the front. She's a festering cesspool. Her slimy flaps infested with the lice and the crabs. But even if she's on a blood diamond or rags, I'll still give that girl a Frankie's 4 fingers inside of a snatch. See, I heard your chick. Yeah, she thinks Statik is gorgeous. I also heard that chick got a neck like a brachiosaurus. Which suited me, bro, because even when it's flaccid and awkward, my wang is enormous. For that good service, I gave her a tip. So big it was damaging her pussy. And then the rest of the team ran through and turned those battered flaps into a Sydney Swans banner at the footy. Now that shit, to be fair, probably going to leave Frank incensed. But taking this matchup was not wise, man. Clearly there's no correlation between Frank and sense. Now CODIX is a businessman, and he could see in this exchange that my stock was of greater value. Kind of like the difference between Franks and sense. So today, you've been boxed up and gifted to a godly being like frankincense.
Yeah. See, most of my opponents think I'm on ice, but homie, really I'm just chilling. Shit, I got such perfection in these writtens that I should be flipping with precision. You end up swinging and a missing, mate. You're messing with the villain like a fighter in his fist. I'm gonna write you in a submission. Statik versus Frankie J, mate. You ain't keeping with this rhythm. Should every dollar that I've made, it's safe to say that that's a given. But I say fuck this battle business. See, my words won't make a shilling, so I'd rather be a hitman because I heard they make a killing. Listen, you should have quit this business, man, the second that you started. Because the fact that no one understands you doesn't make you an artist. That doesn't make you a rapper. That only makes you a target. Shit, I could blow your talent out the way if I simply cocked my leg and farted. Man, your verses are like throwaways. They're rubbish rhymes, just garbage. I don't even see the reason why you tried to preach it to this market, because half the people in the scene will seem to think that you're retarded. Bro, your rhymes won't ever make the cut. Your mind, it's not the sharpest. But I've been on that cream of the crop that don't flops hit a harvest. Shit, I've been starving through the hardship, and now my stomach is the largest, so with the hunger that I've harnessed, I will have this rap shit mastered. Statik, I'm a craftsman. I created a lyrical arsenal to fucking split you in half with. What is your profession, bruv? I kick it like the Spartans did. Fuck it, I'm past it. Put this bitch in the casket, man. The battle's on fire. Now I'm looking like an arsonist. Statik, you can't grasp this. I'm so ahead of the class, mate. My marks say I'm in the fast lane and you can't play. Homie, I'm from the last name of Kanye, where half of the cast are playing the part of Scarface with the mask and the blade that are hidden away in a dark place after the car chase. So taking me on, it ain't worth it, mate. There's no chance. So I think a battle to end this bout would really be the perfect plan. This guy's just a lost boy, and your shots won't hit this clever man. You can't even make a hook. That's why Peter Pan's punches seem to never land.
Alright, so now against Buds, you said some pretty messed up shit about his mother's box. But bro, you should know that I'm one to watch because I love to take that shit up a notch. And so, I heard your mother is a Greeley fan. With dags that curl around to her huge mutt lips. Started sniffing lines of her own excrement. Because Greeley told her to do good shit. So when most say they're selling that good shit, it means it's usually fresh and produced by the best. When she says she's selling that good shit, it means she pooed, did a test, and it proved that she ate all her fruit and her veg. But I mean, he's no better. You could call Frank a troubled soul. Well, because he's always got shit on his mind. Oh, and shit on his tongue. That's why they call this cunt the dunny licker. I heard you get Harley to come round to your house once a week and shit on your chest. They call that one the Murray River. And you know how I mentioned the light bulb before? Well, here's the proof that this cunt can't be very bright. Because he thought to be an MC meant you needed to be in an MC. Which is why he's been riding on Harley every night. I bet you go down on Harley's shaft with a vengeance after a session, choke on a third, then laugh for a second, because you realise you've just done a fucking excellent Marvel impression. So it's end of round 3, and since I already went and took Marvel out, bro, I swear you should have already just went ahead and passed the crown. But regardless how this all pans out, today I'll drink some lager down and leave this place with my head held high, because his son just made his father proud.
Yeah. Give it up. Good on Frankie.
Statik, I think you may have got me twisted. You called me gay, mate. Have you seen my missus? Shit. It's safe to say, mate, if I ever played them bitches, I'd be making every lady in the game drop knickers. Shit. I'm so disturbed, I'll get down with the sickness. Shooting up your crew, man, I'm just talking syringes. Fuck your missus, I ain't even use a dingers, mate. I bet you get a hand job from a girl with no fingers. Listen. Angus King, aka Statik. Honestly, mate, how did you go about picking that name? Because I went in the dictionary and really, those definitions are great. It says, lacking in movement, action or change. Funny, because that's exactly what's happening with your rapping today, but wait. Then it says, random noise caused by atmospheric disturbance. But that's exactly what I thought of your voice when I heard it. Honestly, I'm glad you not called something else, because then these bars wouldn't be worth it. Statik, stay true to your name, mate, because it seems to suit you perfect. Now, in your battle versus Marvel, you claimed you were an apex predator. Mate, I'll make the safe bet, say that sounds like you got fake breasts and want to have gay sex on the regular. Honestly, you fucking think you're a rap god. Well, tell us all of the secrets, Jesus. Please. Teach us some of the genius thesis that's going to leave all of these people speechless. Please, start speaking about your freakish achievements, like how you go hard and spit quick, just like a premature penis. Shit, it's easy to see, Statik. Gotta need some form of telekinesis or even a third eye. You're not going to beat me, believe me. I'm like a disease of the worst kind, perched beside your nervous system. I'm urging you to die. This is murder from the inside. I'm eating you alive. Fuck. Dropping more lines than a fisherman. Let me your ears beat. You need to keep listening. I'm perfect with precision. This is GPS positioning. Grab point and shoot. I'm just talking about some insulin. You're lacking the sweet stuff. Going weak in the knees, cunt. I don't even need to address it. I'm as lethal as ether. Got a flow so dope they call it heroin rhyme. I'm the fix that you need to try and carry your height. Because in 21 days you'll be facing the pipe, and one hit from that guy's gonna fucking ruin your life. And that's time.
Give it up.
Yo, what's up? It's Junior from R.E.A.L Music. Just had a dope battle between Frankie J and Statik. Boys, that was crazy. So hard to call. Both boys are up and comers in this scene. Two are like the brightest talents coming up in the country. Thought there was a bit of clash of styles there. How do you think it went?
Yeah, fucking Frankie's really cool in the way that like you can just talk to people and just crush their soul. Like it's fun. I like it. Like just like talking to them, it's fun. Statik, I really rate you, man, but you sort of never really got off the ground in this one a little bit. You just didn't get like any momentum behind you like you normally do. Next time I know you'll come back and kill it. Yeah, just like you guys both sort of went like cold humor, I guess. Like you really tried to like creep people out and make them laugh at the same time, which is really, really good. Both bought some awesome bars. Yeah, well done, guys.
Matty, I thought there was a fair difference in presence in that one. How do you think each of them worked their own sort of style of presence?
Yeah, I think that's a fair call. I think Statik has got more of your classic Aussie battle rap sort of style. You can tell he's learned off guys like R.E.A.L and Dunners and watching that whole sort of scene, because he's got that very crowd controlling sort of technique where he stops, waits for the crowd to react, speeds it up when it needs to be. His cadences are really good, so he controls the crowd really well. Frankie's more of that sort of new school flow, sort of like we saw Axel doing earlier. Likes to spit quick, likes a lot of multis, sort of stuff that you got to watch back or listen really closely to. So it's a good clash of styles. I think they both engaged really well. I think Statik, yeah, definitely has got the traditional sort of thing, and then when he's on point with his pen game, it's very hard to beat. Frankie's, again, one really engaging because you're always listening and preparing for what's coming next, and I think his pen game definitely stepped up today to how I've seen it in the past, so yeah, they're both done.
Yeah, as Colby said before, both boys put a few sort of like jokes into their rounds, stunting on us a little bit, putting some stuff that probably could have been in like a bad bars battle there, just having a bit of a laugh. It was quality.
Dropping lines like a fisherman.
Yeah. Rorschach, what'd you think of like the jokes that they managed to fit into their rounds?
Oh, Statik came with a lot of dirty shit, you know. That's me. That's what I'm about. I like that dirty shit. I thought you had less like hard punches than you usually do, and I think you sort of felt that as well at the end of the performance. Frankie, you had like a lot. Like you've always got that sort of cool humor, and you just like the jokes they come effortless to you. Like it just sounds that way. So you both had a good mix of jokes and bars. I can't right now like pinpoint any of the individual jokes or whatever, but they both made me laugh in parts, and I mean they both had some good schemes. Like yeah, it's a real clash of styles, like you were saying. It's a real big clash of styles, but very interesting to watch, and you both did pretty well, yeah.
Boys, going to be a tough one to call because it was a main event. I want you to break it down a bit more than you did in other battles. So, Colby.
Well, I think that Frankie was a lot more consistent, like the whole way through. Statik, you had that slip up like right at the start, which like I could tell shook you a little bit. But Frankie, man, you just kept coming and coming and coming, which was good. Some lines I thought were good that didn't really get good reaction, that maybe like back on the footage and shit people will pick up on. Statik, same with you, man. Like that frankincense scheme, like the whole like concept you had was really good, and like maybe if you had a bit more momentum coming into that, you would have got a better reaction. But just because of what happened, it didn't really pop off as well as I think it should have. So I think on the footage, both you guys will have bars that cunts will be like, that was really good, just didn't like get it at the time. With that being said though, just on consistency, I've got to give it to Frankie. But yeah, good stuff, guys.
Yeah, as you said, these two are two like the best up-and-coming names in the country. Like we hear Statik and Frankie J both spoken about by those who are sort of in the known and up the top tiers of battle rap in Australia. So definitely two to watch, and it's a privilege to have them here main eventing Amped Up, and I think it was a worthy main event. I don't usually like to break battles up in rounds, but for this one I feel like I can. I thought Frankie's first round was really, really strong. I liked the whole reference to the Boz battle, the battle from the gods, or the footage lost, all that sort of stuff. I'm spewing I wasn't there that day because I've heard it's a classic. But I thought that was really relevant to bring. I like when battlers are relevant. Statik had a bit of a slip up in his first, which was pretty noticeable, and I think it sort of put him off a bit for the first. But having said that, I think breaking down into rounds, I think Statik took the second. Apologies to Frankie's missus. She's a really nice chick, but that was
sucks being a battler's girlfriend, man.
That was pretty harsh, and I know like Rorschach and some of those guys really bring that sort of angle, and Statik does it really well. Statik did it really well, and I think it was appropriate because it won the crowd in that round. Shout out as well for the bad bar reference. I know she looked at me when you dropped that one. But in the third, I think Frankie overpowered it in the end, to be honest. I think Statik wasn't on his game 100% today, and I think he'd acknowledge that. But he still brought it. He's still one to watch, and he's still big things in the future. Frankie, I've been saying since his first battle that he's one to watch, and he could be one of the best in the country, and he keeps proving it time and time again. I can't wait to see more out of these guys, like in the upper tiers, you know, when Don't Flop come out and all that sort of stuff. I really like to see these guys getting on those sort of cards, because I think they deserve it, but yeah, I'll edge it to Frankie.
Yeah, well, fuck, I don't really need to say too much after these two wrapped it up pretty nice, I reckon, but yeah, like, it was a good battle. I think just what's the word I'm looking for? Just like all over, like all around, I think pretty much you were pretty level bars and punches wise. You brought, like I said, probably less punches than you usually would, and I know, like, just looking at you, I can tell you feel like you didn't bring 100% for that battle. So yeah, I thought you were off your game a little bit. Frankie, that's probably not your, that's one of the better ones, definitely one of the better ones I've seen you come with. So I think just bars wise, you're about level and punchlines. I think with Frankie's multis and sort of just the flow wise, he didn't have any stumbles or anything. I think that
I'ma read bars off my phone and I'll wrap rings around you.
Oh fuck.
I said I'ma read bars off my phone and wait. No, I said I'll read all my raps while phones ring around you. But psych, that's the wrong number.